Hi everyone, it's Audrey Alison, and I just wanted to set up this intro video to thank you for your patience in the delay for the November forecasts. It's 5 days after November, so I appreciate your patience with that. For those of you who've been patient, I wanted to let you know the reason behind this is because I just made a major move. I moved across the United States and I drove, and I really had a blast, but I could not record because I averaged about 8 to 9 hours a day in the drive. And it's very draining to record the videos. I needed to reserve a lot of my energy. And when I got to my loft in Jersey City, I didn't have Wi-Fi yet. I moved, so I have to handle some things in my own life, and I appreciate your patience. Right now, I'm still setting things up in the loft. So I'm at my mother's house, the house I was born and raised in several decades ago. But what I love about the timing of this is I didn't realize I would be recording here. And what I love about this room is I always get a lot of energy when I'm home in this house. This is the room my father passed away in, and I always feel the presence of him here and as well as other family members, but I feel like it's going to be something special. So I really appreciate the patience with getting these up. In my new space, it'll be more conducive to recording, a little more professional, and a lot more quiet and clear and clean energy is in this loft. So I'm excited to have more time and the right space to record in. My older property in Los Angeles was starting to get very invaded with lack of privacy in the area, and I was surrounded by a lot of energy that wasn't working for me anymore as a reader. And that'll change. You know, I lived in that place for 14 years, quite a long time, and it just I can't really explain it. I know I needed a change, and this is exactly where I needed to be. So, on to your forecasts. Again, thank you for your patience, and I'm wishing you a beautiful month. And the next video you see will be shot from my new place. So I'm excited about that too. This whole transition is exciting for me. Okay, on to the forecasts, and I'll see you soon. Hi Libra, my name is Audrey Alison. Thank you for joining me for your November 2016 forecast for the month. I'm happy to be here. If you haven't listened to the intro, please do so. It'll let you know why I was delayed a few days in the forecast, and I'll tell you a little bit about the room that I'm reading in if you're new to the channel. But I appreciate you subscribing, and thank you for viewing the forecast. Let's get to it. The first transit I wanted to talk about was on the 9th of November, and that is the planet Mars entering the sign of Aquarius. So, having Aquarius being a sister brother air sign like you, this impacts the 5th house, and it trines Jupiter, who's stationed in your first house of self, Libra. This is your year of luck and prosperity and expansion and abundance. And Jupiter will remain in your first house through October of 2017. And trining Mars entering Aquarius in the 5th house, this is where you see Librans who are looking to have children. This is the pregnancy. This is the expansion of the belly. This is also expanding creative endeavors, the energy and stamina for entrepreneurial endeavors in the 5th house, and also a lot of sexual activity can happen when Mars enters the 5th house of romance and physicality with Mars. There is a little bit of an aggression and harshness to Mars. In the 5th house, watch the tone with children, with romantic partners as well. Mars has a lot of positive benefits, but one of the negative sides is that he is anger. So you want to watch that. But this is great for Librans who are looking to become pregnant as well. Mars in the 5th house. This could be a lot of boys, a lot of baby boys coming into the mix here. Mars ruling the masculine. He's there for 60 days, and Mars takes 2 years to get back into this sector. So we could take advantage of that right now. On the 11th, Venus enters the sign of Capricorn. So the planet of love and money in the fourth house of home, family, environment, foundation, mother. Venus will be conjunct Pluto, the planet of intensity, when she enters Capricorn. So there is an intense connection to where you come from, where you're rooted. Maybe some of you are returning to your home, or the feeling of nostalgia and connected to the feminine, because Venus, female, goddess of love, Aphrodite, in the fourth house of the feminine, the maternal, the mother. Lots of women are coming together for Libra, female connections, and maybe returning to where your mother is from, or where you feel rooted and your foundation. On the 12th, the following day, more personal planet activity. We have Mercury, the messenger, entering Sagittarius. And from the 12th on, Sagittarius is really impacted. The third house of communication and siblings and local travel and the vehicle. Mercury in the third house is excellent for students wanting to study and retain information because he's direct. Mercury in the third could easily see a new vehicle come into play. It's also lots of local travel and short distance trips. And when Mercury enters this fire sign, that ignites Uranus in Aries, another fire sign, so this will trine Uranus in Aries in the seventh house of relationship. This could see spontaneous connection to a romance or a commitment through siblings introducing you to people, or just locally running into people. Do you see all the leaves falling behind me? Which way? This way. In this window. How beautiful. I'm watching it. I feel like I'm in a dream, or I'm Snow White or something. But Mercury, the messenger, the planet of quick communication and interviewing and dating, is trining Uranus, the planet of the internet. So this says something for online dating in a big way for Libra from the 12th on until mid-December. Spontaneous connection through the internet, through siblings, and through local areas is where you're finding your soulmate energy in the seventh house, or your business partner that you're looking for in the seventh house. On the 14th, we have our full moon at 22 degrees of Taurus, and this is in your 8th house of wills, inheritance, shared resources, investments, investors, property, taxes, intimacies, secrets, the 8th house of mystery as well. Seeing the full moon here could be a completion. The check could come in. There could be the ending of a pending settlement happening for Libra. There could be closure in your intimate relationships. There could be an awareness and an illumination in your shared resources. Where is your money? Who has it? Maybe you're taking out of one investment and putting into another. But there is something here that could be seen in the house, the 8th house of sex and intimacy. Maybe you're putting an end to an intimate relationship at that time. Not necessarily a marriage, that's more 7th house. But intimate relationships don't have to be with spouses. It could be connection with people that know very personal things about you or know your secrets. On the 21st, the sun enters Sagittarius, so he'll be conjunct Mercury, all in that 3rd house of local travel and siblings and the vehicle and communication and study. So where the sun shines, that's the life force. That's where your attention is. I can see Libra wanting to get out and run some of those errands and do things locally and do it effortlessly. On the 29th, we have our new moon in the same area at 7 degrees of Sagittarius in the 3rd house. New vehicles could be huge for Libra. New cars at the end of the month. And happy Thanksgiving to those of you in the States who celebrate. We'll have our Thanksgiving that week. And it's best to set your intentions on maybe a new communication style, perhaps a new area of study and a new learning. For some reason, I'm getting therapy. That's usually ninth house for me, or for astrologers. But the communication mixed with study and learning has me thinking you could be inspired by someone that you're speaking to and learning throughout the process, which is like therapist, counseling. By the month's end, both Neptune and Chiron are direct in Pisces, so there is even more room for healing there with the asteroid Chiron direct, the wounded healer, in your 6th house of health. So what better placement to have the asteroid of healing in your health sector? Direct, that's a lovely energy. And the 6th house is also work and daily routine and regimen. Errands, which I mentioned earlier, 3rd house, and the 6th house. There's this crazy fly flying around me. Sorry if you see him. The 6th house is also pets, so the healing of animals who haven't been feeling well. That's important too by the month's end. Let's get to the cards. I'm using the Alchemical deck by Robert M. Place. My steadfast deck traveled with me all the way across the country. I took my bag of tricks into every hotel room I stayed in when I was traveling across the country. I had one bag that no one could touch and no one could convince me to check anywhere. And that's this deck and my other tricks that I won't mention right now. But let's see what the cards have to say for Libra. And if you'd like to read with me, I read all through the week. You can find me at audreyalison.com. And just to let you know, I'll get back to you within a day or two, maybe 3, depending on how tight my schedule is. And I usually book at least 7 to 10 days out. And I'll always write the date in the email. Some people are getting a little bit confused. They're thinking if they see a Saturday, it just means the next Saturday. But I wouldn't be able to fit any clients in a day's notice. That's almost an impossibility. So if you'd like to book, just allow me some time and we'll set it up. And here are your cards, Libra. The Star card. Beautiful, peaceful major arcana card. It represents the sign of Aquarius, where Mars enters, another air sign, but it's also a card of peace and hope. The Star is a spiritual card. It's about gaining insight quietly, and it's a card of healing as well, and it's a wish card. Your wishes are very prominent in the reading. And interesting, check your rising and your moon sign. You'll notice perhaps that a lot of these readings are starting with major arcana cards because we are in a time of major transition. We're in the year of endings. We're about to start a number 1 year of beginnings. And people are wrapping things up in a big way in their life. So starting with the Star is giving you the attention and the recognition that you deserve. Yes, King of Coins, the highest money card we have. This could either be a earth sign male, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. But the definition of the King of Coins is mastering your environment and occupation. Libra is reaching a high level of income or reward. With the Star next to the King of Coins, your payday could be coming in, Libra. Now, the 8th house is where your full moon resides on the 14th. That could be the payout day, or 2.5 days before and 2.5 days after. The moon energy is the strongest. Let's see what else comes up. The 4 of Wands. This is the bride and the groom, the ceremony, marriage, commitment, celebration. There is relationship energy here, and some of you are receiving reward from your relationship, or you're in a relationship with this earth sign male. Let's see what else comes up. we have two more cards. Hermit, another earth sign energy, which is representative of Virgo. The Hermit likes to retreat, but he always keeps the light on. He keeps that light on just enough to see what's ahead. It is a spiritual card. It's an inner light. It's not an, you don't need to actually hold a lantern out on your porch, but hell, I mean, why not? But the Hermit is about retreat, spiritual rest, rejuvenation. And your final card is the Five of Swords, righting wrongs and fixing what is broken. Some of you Libras have money now for actual repairs in the home, mechanical repairs, car repairs with the new moon in the vehicle sector. You could just be purchasing a new home, getting a new ride, that one that works, or things like mechanical things, washers, dryers, dishwashers, all of that can now be fixed. So, and to take the literal definition out of it about fixing real equipment, you could be repairing this relationship with a Virgo or with a Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. Righting wrongs, recognition, spiritual insight, and also, wait, this is what I want to do. These two spiritual cards on the outside of this relationship could mean that you have now come to a sense of peace. There's an understanding in this connection. Now, if you're not in relationship, I wouldn't be surprised if you are drawing someone to you. That is an earth sign energy I get. There could be a ceremony or a wedding that you're actually invited or going to where this person shows up. Sometimes with the Four of Wands, it's not about your actual wedding. It's about someone else's celebration. And you could be present there. And that's where you can draw in. If you're just keeping the light on, keeping your options open, keeping it known that you are receptive to new love, to new energy, that just might make its way right to you across that reception floor. And I don't normally talk about that with the Four of Wands, so I'm going to go with a little private message there for someone or a few of you. For those of you having weddings to attend, I would look your best. I love a damn wedding. When you're single, it's always on. So yeah, I think that there are repairs ahead, whether this is spiritual, emotional repairs or literal repairs that you can now afford in the environment. I like this for you, Libra. You have Jupiter with you, okay? Jupiter in your first house is definitely bringing in the right people and the abundance that you require. This is Jupiter for you. The King of Coins, that's abundance at its highest. I hope this was helpful. I'm wishing you a sweet November, and remember, the sky is limitless, so reach for the stars.